Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting updates. We begin with Raphinha, as it has been reported that the Barcelona winger could be suspended for 2 to 3 games after Getafe red card. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, in this episode, talking about right back Joao Cancelo, as the Manchester defender is very close to joining Barca on a loan to buy deal. Total agreement has been reached. We are also going to discuss on that latest story. So as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barca manager Xavi and the 26-year-old forward Raphinha, are both facing a two-match ban after being sent off in their side nil-nil draw against Getafe in the La Liga opener. Barcelona experienced a frustrating night on Sunday as several refereeing decisions went against them. Xavi, in particular, was quite vocal about his thoughts both on and off the field. So, as for Raphinha, the former Leeds United man was sent off for elbowing Gaston Alvarez in the head while being off the ball. According to Mundo Deportivo, the 26-year-old will lose a minimum of 2 games as a result of the sending off. The incident involving Raphinha and Alvarez took place in the 46th minute. Interestingly enough, the two were nowhere near the ball, and according to Article 120, the Brazilian is exposed to a minimum punishment of 2 games. In those cases in which the expulsion from the field of play is due to situations in which the footballer would not have the possibility of playing the ball, the suspension will be for at least 2 games, according to the statement from the regulation. Furthermore, according to Article 130, the suspension could extend to 3 matches, according to violence in the game when the ball is not in play, not being able to challenge for the ball. This sanction could amount to 3 games. So, what about Xavi? Xavi's sending off was as a result of a direct protest. From the minutes of the match report from the referee, the Barcelona head coach was given the matching orders because of the following: leaving his technical area with his arms raised towards the zone of the fourth referee, ostensibly protesting one of my decisions, having been warned previously by the fourth referee. Once expired, he stayed at the mouth of the changing room tunnel, having to be warned by the field delegate to evict him completely, the referee reports said. Chavi's situation comes under Article 127, which states that in the case of the aforementioned, a simple two-match ban is in the order. What can I say? Yesterday's game, honestly, we never played our best game. We didn't play our best game, but I mean, Getafe make that game to be so physical, so boring, and that's how they have always been. So it wasn't the biggest of surprises. Rafinha's own decision, I think it was really, really terrible. I was so disappointed. Like, I was so mad. Like, what? How can you do such a thing when it's like you're costing your team? Because definitely when the game was 11v10, we were 10, they were 11. They started going forward. Getafe started changing some of their tactics, and Barca were like, "Wow, this might be a cause of concern." But as soon as Getafe themselves had a player sent off, it balanced to 10v10, and I think from there everything went from the way it started. But I think Raphinha should be careful. Like, yeah, I think he was totally wrong doing that because the ball was not even around. We understand that maybe, Getafe players were already asked by their managers to keep fouling Barca players to make them feel angry. That is how that club have always been. They always try to do such to make players angry and make the game boring. And of course, normally maybe Raphinha could have been provoked before doing what he did, just elbowing that guy when the ball was completely out of play. and it almost cost us. It almost cost us. Luckily enough, had it been maybe that Getafe player did not receive his own red card, maybe they could have won us. Maybe they could have just won the game, but it was unfortunate for them as well. And lucky for us, we rather than losing the game, we had to draw. But the performance was poor. We need to improve. And now this report talking about the suspension that Xavi Hernandez, who also received matching orders, and also Raphinha, who took a red card, how they might take how long to stay. Will it be just a one game ban? But this report is saying that it is very unlikely that Raphinha and Xavi Hernandez, who were sent off yesterday, will serve only one game ban. I think this will be a big blow for us because from the way things are showing, Rafinha will stay for at least two games because his own was really terrible. And for Xavi Hernandez, I don't understand why they will be talking about two games. Maybe because he refused to be completely evicted. But I think he went, I think upstairs somehow and sat in that glass box. But the referee's report saying that it was disrespectful, and they are saying that it might be two games that Xavi Hernandez is banned. I hope they don't. I hope Barca should appeal on that. Xavi should be there for the next game because I don't like when the manager himself is not there for back-to-back games, leaving the assistants to do the job. So let's just see what the decision will be in the coming week. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona have looked far and wide in the transfer market to fortify the right back position, as it remains a position that Xavi places great emphasis on. After telling the likes of Pablo Maffeo, Fresneda, Juan Foyt, it appears that Barca may finally have landed in Cancelo, who had been their primary target since. So, according to a report from AS, barring any unexpected circumstances, Joao Cancelo is set to become Barcelona's latest signing. The operation is reported to be so close to completion, with FC Barcelona and with City expected to reach total agreement over the course of this week. The operation will be a loan deal with option to buy from Barca. Xavi vehemently requested the player's signing, and the right back has always been his priority from the word go. Following Pep's and Cancelo's fallout, it was already expected that the Portuguese would leave this summer, and with personal terms reportedly already agreed upon, and now the final hurdle involving an agreement with the citizens no longer a far cry, Barca are best placed to bring the player. The Premier League champions wanted to sell him permanently, but in the current economic climate, paying such a fee upfront for Cancelo is improbable for Barca. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.